is the Common Spence Show, hosted by Spencer Leach. This is the Common Spence Show. Common Spence.
Bryan Dusseau.
Hi.
Welcome, buddy.
Thank you.
What's going on, man? How's it been?
Well, it has been quite amazing, I might say, given the circumstances, but I use that to my advantage, as you should use all weaknesses to your advantage. So time, I'm stuck in my house.
Time. Yes. Other than being a badass, other than that, one of the circumstances, for those of you that don't know, Brian's kind of a mixture of everything, man. He's a podcaster, per peasants, which is how long have you been doing that for?
Well, it is July, and let's see, in 2 months it will be 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Sounds established to me.
Yeah.
So 3 years on per peasants.
About an episode a week, basically.
So you have that. We have BS with Bryan and Spencer.
Yes, a talk show, which I am proud of. I always call it the yang to my yin. Yeah, it's Perpessence is my philosophical hour, and I deep philosophical discussions where BS is like, we could talk about that, but like, let's talk about that and like throw in jokes all the time. Let's talk about the world and surface level, and like, let's talk about humor and, games and movies and just Elon Musk,
Elon Musk.
All that stuff.
We need like a united church for BS.
Oh my goodness. We have talked about this.
Elon Musk can be our wicker man, if you will. Yeah, man, you know what? That is my first cheers, I'm sure, of many to the night, but definitely.
Oh yes. We are drinking.
Elon Muskrat.
Yes.
But the fun doesn't stop there though. Like you said. Of
course not, no.
It's the yin to your yang, but then
it's all acting. It's my true self, but like I would, I'm going out on a limb here, but I'd say it's your true self as well. But
yeah.
But it takes a lot of energy, It's draining.
Yeah.
And you can't always be like that. But like, to the core, I would say that is our, goofy side for sure.
Oh yeah, because nobody, like you said, you can't take it too serious, and if you do, I mean, you're gonna drive yourself insane.
Right.
Which, I don't know how you've not done yet.
Go insane?
Yeah.
No, the key is going insane, and then when you get insane, you choose not to be insane. So
you have to like unlock that level to even have that choice.
Think of the Joker and Batman. So Joker chose to see the funny side. He chose to be insane and to go mad and just let it happen and close out everything else, because why not? And Batman's like that, but he's like, but you know what? I see that, but let's just try for funsies to do good.
For funsies. I see where you're going. Let's try this stuff.
Yeah. Like that's how I see it. Well, so you kind of, it's that existential, we all go through existential crisis.
Oh yeah.
So it depends what age. But you choose to either go back to yourself, your everyday life, and pretend that didn't happen, sweep it under the rug, or you're like, you know what? I see this and I'm going to do something about it.
We need more. We need more of those kind of people. More of
And,
the advantage taking people.
Life gives you the equations. You just have to put in a calculator.
That's all. Figure out how to get there.
Yeah.
Now that's this. Yeah, everybody. That's the hand you've been dealt. No, realistically, we've all been dealt the same kind of hand, right?
We're all dealt 7 cards.
There you go. There you go. And none of us are walking away with anything spectacular.
It's just how you play your cards.
Exactly.
You can renege and get an entire new hand, or 6 cards, or however you want to play it. Or you can play with what you have.
See, I'm a firm believer in playing with what you have.
But in the end, people are going to see what cards you played in the end of your life. So, like, you're going to lay down your hand, and people are going to see you for who you are. Did you make a bluff? Did you screw everyone over in your life? They're going to eventually find out.
Right. I wonder if there's going to be an app after you go, and it's going to allow your kids or whoever to, like, go through your phone and to be able to read, like, because everybody keeps all their stuff, right? All your emails, all your text messages, and you're going to be able to see just who was talking shit about who. And it's not going to be hearsay anymore.
Shit talk.
Yeah. Yeah, like,
oh man,
it's gonna be horrible. Bury me with my phone.
Yeah, there is a lot of that out there, but
story.
Joe Rogan style, just drag and drop.
Make sure to use something a little more than recycle bin. But before, because I can already feel it getting deep. But before we get there, 10 principles of being the man you want to be.
Yes.
Which is a lot of where these questions are going to come from. It's the book you're working on right now.
Right.
You sent me the audio file not too long ago, and it's interesting. It's different.
It's it's a no bullshit, straight to the point. And there's science, but it's applied science.
Right. It's been tried. It's been done.
Yeah.
The big thing that hooked me was you had said, and I'm going to paraphrase this, so I'm sure I'm going to butcher it. But you said you can never make it in life, and that you always have to keep bettering yourself. And if you get to that point, right? And what I took away from that whole paragraph is that if you get to that point that you think you've made it, you just quit because now you're successful or now you're rich or whatever. It's like your struggle. It wasn't enough drive. And I feel like, if you get to a point where you just stop, like that whole struggle that you've spent getting to that moment, at that point, it's just completely wasted.
Yes. Right.
So it was from that point that I was kind of hooked because it kind of made me look at what I'm doing and I'm like, oh shit. I got the podcast, but it's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do next? But it grabbed me, man. I like it though. I like where it's going.
Yeah. Well, I know we're already quite into the show, but I want to thank you for having me on your show, Common Spence.
Oh, yeah. Hey, man. Absolutely.
It is an honor to be a guest on the show. So that's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thanks for being here.
Oh, of course. 10 Principles of Being the Man You Want to Be is a book I'm working on. I have the first draft done. I have a focus group. So if your audience is interested in checking that out, they can contact me or contact you. You could
there'll be links down in the description for it too. So
yeah. Oh, that's great. Purpessence@gmail.com or Bryan Dusseau on Instagram is usually the best, actually. Those are my best contacts other than yourself. And then you can, do what you need to do. But you are talking about the old horse and the carrot hanging in front of the horse. You're never going to get the carrot. Why?
Right.
Because you're always chasing the carrot. And then once you get the carrot, then what? Once the dog gets the bone, then what? Then it keeps doing whatever it did before that. So it's really not going to get you anywhere. You go on, you get to your goal. Say you have a podcast. Your whole goal is to get to the podcast. But once you get the podcast, you immediately look for the next goal. You don't even take time to celebrate that huge thing that you just did. It's huge. It's a freaking podcast. Like, how big is that? So, like, however much work you put in to get there, now you're worried about the next thing. And it's just a vicious cycle. It's never going to end. It can't. How can it possibly end? You get $1 million, you win the lotto, you're a trillionaire, you're Jeff Bezos. You think Jeff Bezos is done? You think he's throwing in the towel? No.
Far from it.
He wants to have a base on the moon. It's never ending. But that does not define who you are. It doesn't cure depression. It doesn't make you happy. You know, that's why you see famous rock stars, their full-blown dreams are in front of their eyes and they commit suicide. Like, it's like, what's going on there? Obviously, that didn't make them happy. You'd think that would be the golden ticket right there.
No, but, and I think that's got a lot to do with, too, because, like, you look at like Kurt Cobain, who, phenomenal musician, right? I mean, inspired a whole era and was great, but never recognized, like, he never recognized it about himself. But I think when, they said that he took on all this fame and all this stardom and it happened too fast, I think it's because, like you said, like, that's exactly like what happens is you get to that point and you're like, shit, what comes next? And you realize real quick that it wasn't the end destination, right? It was, it's the journey.
Yes, that's what it is.
And being able to keep your mind focused and being able to do what you want to do and see it paid off. So I think that's, a completely plausible thing, though, that it happened so fast. You didn't take the time to see, like, I was this great so far. What can I do next?
Yeah,
nobody's looking at that bigger picture.
Yeah, they were just a couple boys in the garage. And then all of a sudden, boom, Bleach came out, like that just changed their entire world. And, like, what can you do with that? When they're, like, 20-somethings, or younger. And
super young.
Yeah. And they didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know what life was really about. And they attained fame, attained success, money. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. They jumped right to the top of the triangle without going. They found a hack without going through each little stage that you need to go through, and that's the issue.
Well, I think Dave Grohl knew about it all along.
Well, he moved to LA for a reason. Like, every step he took was conscious, for sure.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, he just, like, I feel like what happened with this is getting way off. Like, just what happened with Nirvana. Like, he took that and ran with it. And I mean, Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that he wasn't devastated by what happened, because obviously, I mean, every interview he did was super sad. But
dude, he didn't do an interview for like like for 10 years at least. Like, it was like forever.
Years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although I wouldn't either. I mean, especially after seeing in retrospect. But, like, you watch, Bam Margera gave an interview about Ryan Dunn way too soon after it happened. That was devastating. But yeah, man, hitting that wall though and just not looking forward is not a good. It's not a good way to be.
Yeah, that what you think you want is not going to do what you think it's going to. Never will. Anything you want is not a need. It is your ego. It doesn't do anything for you. It may give you validation. You know, it may.
Hey, what's up, guys? I really hope you're enjoying this first of what should be many webcast videos. I had a lot of fun making it. It was cool to see Bryan kind of outside of BS and what I know him to do. So it was definitely a lot of fun. But definitely make sure, if you haven't already, to go and like his pages, my pages. All the links are in the description. But like it, share it, subscribe it if you see it on YouTube. You guys pretty well know what to do. But yeah, keep watching it. Let me know what you think. Peace.
Money, but really, that doesn't. Money you can lose. Money you can lose all tomorrow. You could die tomorrow. You could get canceled and you have no more fame. Like, you can lose it so fast. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make you into a better person than what you currently are.
No. It just makes you, it makes you stop and think. It makes me stop and think anyway. That people should be able, like, the lack of interest that seems to be, it's not more apparent. I mean, I'm sure there's always been around, but like, people seem to have ADHD now. It's like is it a 15-second or a 15-minute society? And it's like, when you don't get that instant gratification, like, it makes me sad. Like, just to be able to see past the bridge of your own nose and to see what's really coming.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's rough because I'm an old soul. I like to read books. I like to, jam out a song hours on end. Like, so I can't grasp the TikTok. I can't grasp the stories. No. Like, I get it. I'll go through the Instagram and Facebook stories, but like, it doesn't do anything for me. Like, I'd be like, cool, whatever, but like, I can't, it doesn't do anything for me. Like, TikTok doesn't, like, I get it. I get what it's doing to people. I understand all that, but for me, it doesn't feed me.
No, because it even feels different than, because, like, we had Vines were the big thing.
I watched Vines. It was funny. There's really funny too. People.
But like, the things now, and I guess it goes back to.
But did you have Vines on your phone?
The app?
Yeah.
Yeah, little green box.
See, I watch Vines on the computer, so like, I didn't even have a smartphone then.
I just remember, because they were short. They were like 4 or 5 second, just stupid quick. And most of it was like a play on something, right? It was like a play on words, or it was like a short little like 2-act bit.
Or a prank or something.
Or something quick. But like, TikTok's like, there's just so much stupid shit. And maybe that's why I've been ruined by it.
Because everyone can do it. During Vines, no one knew they could be like, oh, I can make a Vine?
Yeah, the internet was the internet was much harsher back then, too. Now everybody's like, oh, we can all make something. Okay, you can all make something, but it doesn't mean that you all should make something.
But like,
TikTok is a prime example of that.
As a devil's advocate, you should do something creative in your life, and if TikTok does that for you, I am for that. But like, whatever you create, whatever energy you put in it, that's what you reflect on the inside. So if you're making some kind of garbage on TikTok, like, that's your inner self on a canvas.
I guess here's the way that I see it. American Idol is great for the Kelly Clarksons of the world.
Yeah.
It's not so great for the other 99.9% of the population.
For the William Hung.
That's how the no, no, because William Hung deserved. I am Team Bill because
Dude,
he deserved.
he probably made more money than Kelly Clarkson.
But he had the balls to get out there and do what he did. Like it's not like I'm going after his. We can dub the music, right?
Yeah.
It's it's the ability to go out there knowing that you suck.
Yeah.
Doing what he did and doing it to a Ricky Martin song.
I loved it. Not gonna lie.
Oh, I did too. I completely support. I matter of fact, I want to know
What
what
he's up to.
William Hung.
Let's get him on the phone right now.
I trust me, if we could, I would love to, but it doesn't look like he's done anything.
Probably
No,
not.
no, early 2004 was his last. Man, that sucks. Although somebody just asked if he was married.
Huh. He should come out of retirement.
But in what drop hardcore single living La Vida Loca, that is. But see, and that kind of moves me into my next point about, and I think we talked about this a couple days ago. But being in the right place at the right time, and that being the only reason
Is that even a thing?
I think it is. I think there are people that I think there's people that use and abuse the system. They look at algorithms that say like what's hitting on YouTube, what the next likely trend is. Like there's people that put time and effort into what's going on.
Yes.
But I also think there is a large percentage of those people that just do dumb shit all the time. And they just happen to be in front of the right person and they said, hey, come try this out. Like it was not William Hung's idea to get out there and do what he did. Somebody saw that and was like, you know what? come with me.
Right. But he gave it a shot.
He did. And again, that's what's important is he did.
But can you be in the wrong place at the wrong time?
Yeah, yes. Well, the wrong place at the wrong time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, yeah, you're smoking drugs in behind Big Lots with a bunch of drug addicts, wrong place at the wrong time. But like, come on, you definitely made that effort to do that. It's not like, oh man, wrong place, wrong time.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, I'm not saying it's not a result to your action, but I still think you can be in the wrong place, wrong time. The question is, can you turn the wrong place and the wrong time into the right place at the right time?
Well, that goes back to what I was saying, turning your weakness into a strength.
Yeah, because
you can do that.
Yeah, but that's a whole lot of practice to be able to do that.
It takes a pivot for sure. It takes a stoic mindset. So like, okay, say you have chores to do. Say you have all these things to do. And instead of saying, I have to mow the lawn today, you say, I get to mow the lawn today. It's a different perspective.
It's a different mindset.
And you are privileged to do it because you have a lawn, you have a house, so you get to do it, you get to afford it, you get to have your job, you get to go out to eat, you get to live your life in a pleasant way instead of, I have to go to work. I don't feel like going to work today. I don't feel like mowing my lawn. It's 90 degrees. It's like, I'm going to get this done because, well, it's got to be done. And I'm going to go enjoy myself afterwards,
Yeah, it's definitely all about, it's about how you look at it. And like you said, if you have to do something, unless it's something you really want to do, nobody wants to go do anything. But if you look at it like, I get to go to my job, I get to go make money to
Yeah,
be able to buy what
yeah.
I want to buy.
There's one point where you were dreaming of that job. You're like, if I can only get that job, oh, the things I could do. And then you work at it for a while. You're like, oh, I hate my job. It's like, well, you used to you were dying for that job.
No, but again, though, it's because you stopped looking at the potential for, you got the job that you wanted. Now that you got there, there's a ton of jobs, like um, especially with jobs like with different chains, right? Like you start at your base worker, and then you can look up to management, and then you can go from management to corporate, and then you can go from like there's always, or if you have a union, you can go ways of that and move up. Like there's
Right.
always something that you can do, and people like you said, you get this job, and all of a sudden you're sick of it, right? It's
Right.
because you stopped looking at the advancement, and now you're stuck. Like, yeah, of course you're going to get bored. Like, keep doing the same thing over and over again, and there's
If you look
no
at it that way, and that's how people look at things, like look at marriages. They're like, oh man, if I could only date that girl, oh,
right,
if she'd let me talk to her, oh man, if she would just oh man, if we just, oh, if we can, have that intimate moment and do the deed, I would just feel so good. Oh, if she would just date me. Oh, if she would just marry me. All this work up, all this, you're moving up the chain, and then all of a sudden, there's no more movement, and you're like, I'm bored, and then
right,
everything's out the window. It's like you're a machine.
right. Like you don't see the house, you don't see the family, you don't see the buildup that you can have. You just see the shit. Things suck right now, or things are boring right now.
You
What do you?
see, yeah, see the dead end. Like, ain't nothing wrong with a dead end, Like, it's like if you buy a house on a dead end drive, like, there's nothing wrong with that dead end. That's where you live. You drive there, and that's like, oh, man, yeah, that's my house. I love that
Right,
house. I got my
love that.
yard. I got my playground, play set. I got my horseshoes. I got my tree house. I got a basement. I got a pole barn. I love my place. Like, I built it, and like this is where I chill. So my friends come over. Like, what's wrong with that? It's on a dead end. That road ain't going any further. Like, it's
Right,
what you make of it. So like, you're gonna be with someone regardless. In the end, you're gonna be with yourself. So you need to make amends and like be
work on
comfortable
that
with you.
first.
Yeah, you're always with yourself. So if you're ever in a dead end, it's only with yourself, because
Right,
like that person can leave. So like you're never looking at yourself. Like you're always looking outside. Oh, I can't move up that job. That job sucks. Oh, I'm married to my wife. She's annoying. I can't wait to go out with the guys. But you never think of yourself. Like you can never move up from yourself. You're stuck.
yeah, and that's why it's important. Like, if you don't work on yourself first and get that taken care of, like you're never going to be, if you're looking for a relationship to make you happy, like that's your first mistake. Like you should definitely already be in that
Right.
process.
I
Um,
get so much hate for this, but it's a trickle down effect. I should be the node. This is my life. I'm stuck with myself. If I'm happy, it's like an RPG tree. Like you have like your skill sets, you have your base, and you branch off on your tree. You're the base. And whatever you choose on your skill set gets to level up and be better. So those are your people, your jobs, your wife, your kids, all that jazz. Like, so you need to be number one. You need to be healthy. You need to be in a good mood. You need to be successful in your own mindset. and everyone else is going to be golden. It's all on them. Like, you can't control what they do, how they feel. But if I'm in a good mood, you're going to be in a good mood.
Right. You're at
Because
least not going to add any
not,
negativity.
yeah, you're not going to be in a bad mood because of me.
Right.
I'm taking you out. I'll buy dinner. You know, I got you. You want to see a movie? Okay. I know it's COVID, but they're doing drive-ins right now. Go see a drive-in? Hell yeah, I want to go see that. You know, you want some popcorn? I got you some popcorn. All right, let's get some popcorn. You want some, you know? You want some cayenne pepper on that? Oh, I got that in my back seat. So, like, I'm going to have all the goods because I'm feeling so good. If I'm in a bad mood, there ain't no way I'm buying cayenne pepper.
No.
I ain't thinking about that shit.
You're not thinking about what you're not thinking about the extras that could and can't go on popcorn.
Yeah, you know, like I'm gonna be in a
children of the internet, creatures from Middle Earth, and maybe anybody else out there listening from a galaxy far, far away. Congrats, guys, you made it. This is the intermission, and I'm here to ask you a favor. I need you to go head over to the Facebook page and to the YouTube channel. Links are all in the description. I've done the hard part for you, but I need your likes. I need to know that people care because I'm insecure. So do it. Let me know what you want to see, and let me know what you think about what you've seen already, because maybe you hate it. Maybe I'm doing this all wrong. Let's find out. But more importantly, let's get back to it.
These people get married. They don't see each other. They don't know their names. They're engaged. They're matched up. There's 500 people, and there's ends up to be 3 couples out of them. And they get married, and they have to be married for 4 years. They can say, I do or I don't. But if they say I do, they have to be married for 4 years. You can get a divorce or not. And I just think it's funny. Like, I get it. Like, these people are like, I want a relationship. I want a good life. I'm tired of my life. But like you said, no one's going to do that for you. So, like, you're chasing this happiness. It ain't going to happen. You're going to get bored. You're going to find that dead end. And you get married, and it's going to get stale. That's why there's 50% marriages are in failure. That's why only 5% of marriages are happy. Like, that's nuts. So,
is it really only 5%?
Yeah. It's like only 5% happy. That's nuts. So, there's this season 1, episode 1. That's all I say. That's it. Doug and Jessica. That's all you need to know. And here's how I see it. Jessica Rabbit. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, from Space Jam.
Yeah. So, very sexy. Very, very feminine. Very good looking, you know? Very, very, she's the woman. If I could only have her.
I'm going to have you back on when I do a show about bestiality. But anyway, go
on. So Doug has got moles all over his face, right? And he's like finger banging people, like, hey, high five, hey.
I like those people.
So it's just every time he opens his mouth, it's like cringeworthy. I love it. It's great. And but he would be Morocco Mole. Morocco Mole ain't gonna get with no Jessica Rabbit. You know,
right.
It just ain't gonna happen. You could have all this chemistry in the world, but if she ain't attracted to you physically, it ain't gonna happen. Like, you ain't good. You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it ain't gonna happen. So I kind of lost track. What were we talking about?
Jessica Rabbit, looking good.
Yeah. So I forgot. I'm trying to see how I shoehorned into this, but essentially, I'm gonna get to my point. So
he said eventually I'm gonna get to it.
Anyways, you're out here looking for everything, and you're not gonna find it. Like, you're gonna be like, on paper it looks good, and you see them, now you don't like them. And it'd be the other way around. I find them super attractive. Turns out they're a complete douche nugget. Like, it's like
Right.
you're gonna have what you have to do is turn it around onto yourself, level up yourself, and that's where it is. A trickle down effect. So, like, you have to be so confident about yourself. You have to be exuberating energy, just like wherever you go, it's gonna like you're gonna light up the room, and that's how you're gonna bring people that's how you're gonna bring your version of the Jessica Rabbit, whatever is your version. That's how that's gonna happen. It ain't gonna be like this Tinder. It ain't gonna be this TV show. It ain't gonna be I don't know, virtual reality, whatever they're doing.
Right.
Right. So it's a trickle down effect is what I think. And Doug says, "Happy wife, happy life," and that's where it gets me. Doug is trying to please the wife, taking energy from himself into her, and he's going to eventually be miserable because he's living in her world, bending over backwards, and then she's going to turn around and be like, "You ain't no man. I'm going to go over and meet Chad or Tyrone or Steve from accounting."
And they're going to move on, and they're going to keep searching for what they're looking for.
Yep. And then Steve from accounting is going to be like, "Oh, you only want to be," she's going to be like to Steve, "Oh, you only want to be with me for my body. Like, now you're not giving me what I want. So now I need to go back out into the field." And I find Doug again. It's like, well, I might as well marry Doug and Steve on the side. Like, and that's real life right there.
Just keep a Doug and marry a Steve.
So, like, what you have to do is
best advice ever.
have the essence of both. You know, you have to level up your life, trickle down effect. You should live a life of abundance. You should not be fixed on your girl. If she leaves you, you need to play that in your head. All right, look, if she leaves you, what are you gonna miss about her? What are you really gonna miss?
Right.
So,
right. And what did it do for you in particular?
And that's why you should always follow your purpose. It should be number one. Then you're number two. You've had kids. You have to be number two. You have to be above your kids because you need to be a role model for your kids. You need to be making money for your kids. And then it's your kids. You know, if it comes down to who's going to eat a sandwich, me or my kids, obviously I'm going to give my kids a sandwich. I'm not a monster, you know what I mean? But, like,
no.
And she don't want you to make her number one. That's not what she wants.
No, because she didn't get with you for that reason. She got with you because of what you had, what you were doing.
And that's the key.
Once you stop doing that, again, it's about staying in one place and not moving forward.
Why did she get with you?
Exactly. And that's what you have. That's what you have to keep in mind. And
can't get soft. Stop getting soft.
No. And that's what everybody does. And then nobody can understand why things are happening like they're happening. And it's because people are starting to see that. People are starting to see who's soft, who's not. And it's happening on both sides. You know, you're finding guys that are going after really, manly females, right? like questionable relationships. And you're like, how is this happening?
Yeah.
But it's because everybody's seeing who they are for who they are. Right? Like, we're living in this generation where nobody has to hide. Like, oh, just because I'm a guy, I have to be super hard, or just because I'm a girl, I have to be super soft. But there's this weird transition that's going on. And it's like, okay, but if you're a dude that's super soft and you don't understand why everybody's leaving you, it's because we're not looking for somebody else who's soft, right? Like some girls not.
It's the nice guy complex.
You have to progress. It is, but you can't be so focused on being the nice guy.
No, you should never be. Well, I have a chapter called "There's No Such Thing as a Nice Guy," and I stand by that because the nice guy wants exactly what the bad boy wants.
Right.
He's just going about it a different way. If I give you flowers, if I give you chocolates, if I will lay my coat over a puddle, if I call you nanny nanny boo boo, schnookums, call him schnookum pies, she might, give me a kiss, and a kiss might lead me to third base, and the bad boy's going to get a home run day one. So, like, the nice guy wants that, but he thinks by doing favors, being the nice guy, he's going to get that.
Right.
So that's why I say there's no such thing as a nice guy. All guys want the same thing.
Just a gullible guy.
Yes. Naive, gullible. But, like, you could be a gentleman. You should be a gentleman. You should be James Bond. You should be a ladies' man. You should, like, hold the door open for them if they're right behind you. If you like them, you want to take them out to eat, go for it. But, like,
No.
you don't need to, like, pay their rent. The crazy stuff.
No, you definitely have to be in the middle. And you can't be too much one way or the other. But I don't know, man. I feel like that's a personal journey we all got to go on, right?
Yeah, it really is. It's like all guys are asshole. It's just like, what kind of asshole are you? Are you a gaping asshole? Are you a tight ass, or are you a smooth asshole, or are you just like, I'm just an asshole? What kind of asshole are you? Own it. Be that. Be one with the asshole, and stop pretending you're not.
I don't.
If you're a nice guy and you're an asshole when you're playing video games, dude, that's you. Be that guy. Don't call women plebs and, like, but, like, just be the essence of that guy.
You look, I can't. Everybody here heard it straight from your mouth. Embrace the gaping asshole that you are, and don't let anybody tell you what kind of asshole you can or can't be, because that's just, let's face it, that's not fair to anybody. Bryan, I can't even wrap this up any more perfect, bud.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. I cannot thank you enough for being here, for doing this.
Of course, yeah. People get offended, but, like, I'm just trying to be true. I'm just trying to shine a light on the truth. I'm just trying to speak my mind. I could be wrong. Who knows? But, like, I try my hardest to study. I try my hardest to bring whatever I bring to the table is honest and truth.
No, I mean, and that's all you can ask for, because why would you want somebody? I don't want somebody to hate me for what they think I am. I want you to hate me for what you know I am. And if you like me, I don't want, for the same reason, I don't want you to like me for what you think, I am. I don't want you to have any discrepancies.
Right.
So 10 principles of being the man you want to be. When's it coming out? When are you doing this?
It's a process, man. I'm editing right now. Then I'm going to hire a professional editor. Then I'm going to edit again just to comb through it. And then I have to order, like, hard copies and stuff, and then put it on Amazon and all that stuff. So I don't know. I don't even know, man. I've never done this before.
So there's still a whole another process left. After the writing's done.
I'm just going to ballpark a year. Like, I'm not even going to, kid myself. I don't think it's going to be a fast process. It's done. No. It's just, I don't think it's going to be fast.
No, and you definitely don't want to rush it, because you want it all to come out.
That's it. Yeah.
Like these super professional write-off. right off the bat. Whether it's a year, 6 months, a month, 2 years, like I said, links are all in the descriptions. So
Awesome.
for everybody that made it this far, check those out.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it very much, and this was awesome. I enjoy your shows, and dude, you have a good podcast.
Thank you.
Like, it sounds fantastic, and it sounds like you know what you're doing. And I think that's the key.
I'm really good. I'm really good at pretending, but no, seriously, thank you. It does. It means a lot because, like I said, with you got 3-4 years going at this and doing all sorts of stuff all over the interwebs. So it means a lot, bud.
Yeah. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah. For Peasants, BS with Bryan and Spencer, Common Spence. Check us all out. Bryan, again, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Peace, guys. Yeah.
This is the Common Spence Show, hosted by Spencer Leach. This is the Common Spence Show. Common Spence. This is a show about common sense. Use your heads, ladies and gents. What I'm about to present is absolutely magnificent. Like the suns and the stars of the galaxy, so far away, like you and me. We can be one with the flow when we listen to this show. This is the Common Spence Show.